Yeah, I think, see, one of the things that's been, the real estate industry, as it gets more and more, I think, commoditized, and becomes more and more popularized, is that we're seeing a reduction in good quality deals, right? Like now, and good quality deals back in the day, I think one of the biggest things that we do is what is our underwriting ratio to the deal conversion ratio? Back in the day, we used to be 40 deal underwriting. We would underwrite 40 homes and we would, making, go under contract to, one home. So that used to be 2.5% success rate. Now, like the bar for deals has gone up even more. Now we're underwriting 140, 160 it sometimes to go under contract in one. And so that's really like if every deal is a good deal, then guess what? None of these are good deals because you're probably missing something that most people are not.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm Kristen and I'm here with Sid Bahadur. He is the CEO of Nicasa, which is an Airbnb property management company in Seattle. They're managing over $50 million in their portfolio. He's also the CEO of XB Homes, a boutique construction company. And he also has a brokerage as well. He's got a lot going on, so I'm excited to get into it. Thanks for being here, Sid.
Thanks for inviting me over. It's great to be here.
Amazing. Well, tell us how you got into the real estate industry to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way for us it was really about starting to own as rentals, and we did a lot of the primary owner, live in for a year, buy it as a 5% down payment, live there, and then convert to a rental and have the rental pay for itself. And over 30 years, we would develop a portfolio. So we started like that, and we started buying long-term rentals. And we had roughly 27 or so long-term rentals we owned by doing this strategy. And we also bought as investment homes as well, right? But wherever possible, we were trying to live there and move. And while we were doing that, as we started building a portfolio, we also, one of the long-term rentals we bought was in Seattle. Turned out the original owner had done short-term rentals before that. And so we got curious as, hey, you know what, we're already doing long-term rentals. What's the revenue in short-term? So he actually was really kind enough to share us the revenue. And that got us excited and got us on the path for short-term rentals after that. And we started with one, and once we moved out, we converted to a short-term rental and we realized the revenue was like double of what we can make in long-term rental. And we started doing that. We bought a couple more for ourselves, and then we opened up a management company after that. And we started, outside investors, first friends and family, then outside investors started coming in, buying short-term rentals as well. And then we started managing it for them. And so then we grew that business to $50 million in real estate under management. And while we were doing in parallel, you get to know and network with a lot more people. And then we started learning, hey, we can also, as part of a portfolio, we can start doing BRRRRs, which is the buy, rehab, refinance and rent sort of method. So we started doing that. Then we got into flipping, and once we got into flipping homes, then we got into construction of homes over time. And then, during this whole time, as we got investors, we were also brokers for said investors, and we got, our business just kept on going, and now we own like multiple of these companies, all focused on real estate.
Wow, that's really impressive. Do you think it's really beneficial for people to kind of diversify their investments the way you have in kind of the different aspects, or do you think it's better to go all in on something?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah, this is the interesting thing. I think it's good to have a mix of both, right? My my strategy was more from a boredom perspective that I love doing new challenges, and um, I've seen both strategies go really well. Obviously, have some investments in other asset classes such as S&P 500, a great diversified portfolio, and and gives you great returns. But if you're going in rentals, as example, you keep on developing that and keep on doubling down there because once you go into one specific niche, the benefit of that is you get scale benefits. You get to get new property managers, your property manager is great and you develop great relationships, you get develop great relationship with contractors. And as you develop that skill, sometimes those may lead to new avenues, but don't start with, yeah, I'm going to do five different things at the same time. You're going to fail in all of them. Find what works and clicks best for you, double down there, scale your business, and then if you find synergy with another different business, go for it. I think that's my way of doing it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I think with short-term rentals in particular, I think there's a lot of different information being thrown out. I think people are maybe confused about that market. What are you seeing with short-term rentals in the future of that investment
Yeah,
sector?
I think now we're going to the industry consolidation phase now. Essentially, like before, there was a lot of growth happening with a lot of mom and pop owners opening up. Now, as what we're seeing is one is the bigger companies such as Micasa are getting bought out. Some of these companies are also struggling as well, and even mom and pop owners as the demand shifts. During 2021 and 22, we saw a massive, boom in the short-term rental industry, especially in these rural locations, because no one could travel to Bahamas or internationally, and so they would go for these local beach destinations, for example, whether it be Florida or like Scottsdale, etc., and all of these locations. Now we're seeing that demand come back and taper off, and so we're starting to see some revenue declines. And so as that revenue decline happens, you're starting to shake out in the bottom of the segment where a lot of operators are struggling, but the good ones are still performing really well. And so you're starting to see that consolidation where the best operators who are delivering the best revenue, the best returns for the clients, and obviously, to deliver the best returns, you obviously have to have the best ratings in town. Are still able to grow their businesses and portfolios and deliver really excellent success for the clients.
Yeah, absolutely.
HCL, as an example, we have seen a 15% increase in supply are overall, like in the year over year alone. Last year was like 6,000 or so homes, and now we're seeing close to 7,000 or so homes, and across the portfolio. But the thing is, new across the board has declined, partly because of, say, travel in Canada has gone down because of some border restrictions we're seeing. And so some of the smaller operators who are not able to deliver the same, reviews, as an example, are struggling. Our portfolio has performed better than most of them, but we're also we're actually the top one. We're number one in terms of reviews for the scale we operate in. We are at a 4.96 to 4.97 average rating, which is really really a high bar to keep. And so that's kept our portfolio in a really great shape versus some of the market that we're seeing across the board.
Yeah, and I think, when you're vertically integrated like you are, which is a really challenging thing to do, you have to manage so many aspects of the business. You have to manage so many people. What are your tips for having good management skills?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, one of I think our secret sauce is to be able to do it, at the scale and, manage it well is, focus and invest on people. And I know a lot of people talk about that. For me, it comes down to a few specific things. One is, when we're hiring people, we always try to pay them more than market. And that's like, hey, we don't want them to keep on looking around like, hey, am I getting underpaid and I want to, move? Because the cost of the churn and the cost of hiring is way more than the cost of retaining a good employee, right? So that's one. Second thing is we try to focus on, hey, how can we help grow these people in their career? And so I, as an example, every month have mentorship calls with each of my employees, right? And hey, what is your milestone that you want to achieve in terms of personal or professional? And we're happy to help you in either way. And how can we grow you in your career? So on average, our employees are have been there since the beginning, and we have had basically zero churn because of that. And so we're investing in employees, we're giving the path to success. So if someone says, hey, I want to increase my salary by XYZ, like, you know what? Absolutely. Here's the productivity milestones that we want you to reach and achieve an outcome. And I want you to grow to those. And I will help you and I'll invest in the coaching. And if we get to that productivity milestone for the business, here you go. So, for example, if you can manage 3 employees or 4 employees, that's taking off workload from me from managing, and then, you can grow. Or, hey, if you can think you can take on some other aspects of a business, right, and take off load, right, you can grow more. And so like we're trying to help them both on the professional side and the personal side on how we can help them succeed as well.
Definitely.
And that's where I think is the advantage is how can you invest your talent and make them succeed?
And when you're investing in people directly, do you find that helps the culture of the company as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every single employee of ours, I really focus on a couple of things. One's attention to detail. Like every single thing our culture is focused on how can we deliver the best guest experience. For example, for the Airbnb business or for the construction business, all of our employees are actually employed, horizontally across most of our businesses. And so, hey, how can we get that culture of attention to detail that, hey, when you're walking through these homes and Airbnb, what are the things that guests would care about? For example, keeping the curtains open as example so that there's always light, keeping a couple of lights in the entryway on as example, or sometimes cleaners miss some eye spots as example. How can we fix those spots, and how can we invest in preventive maintenance in these homes? And so now our employees, back in the day, I used to create these preventive maintenance sheets for all our houses. Now our employees are the ones who are like, hey, Sid, you know what? Every quarter we have scuff marks that happen because people are dragging suitcases up and down the stairs. We should clean up the scuff marks on the walls. And so now that's a part of our, say, quarterly maintenance checklist. And so it's the employees who are now proactively like, hey, I see this as a pain point. I'd rather solve it than, guests complaining. And one of the ways that's worked well for us is all our employees' bonuses, everyone's tied to a bonus structure, is that if our company succeeds, you succeed. So for example, one of the components of the bonus is what is our overall rating? So if we achieve like 5.0 rating overall for that quarter, you get an X% bonus. If you're 4.8, we're at 0% bonus because I don't make any money, you don't make any money. So our goal is how can we be as successful as possible by aligning incentives for all of our employees.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it helps the internal culture, but then also the external culture to your clients and customers. So I know that, you've been able to scale really, I mean, impressively throughout all of your different sectors. What are some of the skills that you've learned to grow, you know, to build these multi-million dollar revenues?
Yeah, great question. I think for me, the 3 biggest skills that have been helped me succeed is one's really understanding numbers and finances. Hey, like every single business, if you ask me, what is my COGS, which is cost of goods sold, my P&L for each of these, what is my SG&A, what's my marketing, what's my customer cost of customer acquisition, really understanding every single line item of P&L and understanding is this going to be a successful and viable business model has been one. My second one has been management and how do I manage people and how can I hire the best people, retain the best people, grow the best people, and like be able to manage them successfully. So I can grow these businesses and reduce churn has been my second. And third, I think for me has been sales, not in the traditional salesy word, more so my sales process is like, hey, if we have a client who wants to come buy a short-term rental, how can we make them successful? Right. And how can we get them the returns they're looking for in one form or the other? And my fundamental belief is if my clients are successful and can make one investment, they're going to buy a second one, they're going to buy a third one. And in fact, most of the clients are repeat clients. They keep on buying more and more. Some of the clients who bought, a few years ago now are venturing into construction with us and they're investing capital there. And so our goal is like, how can we keep on, making our clients successful, and as they get, and sometimes if the investment didn't perform really as we expected because of some market declines, how can we share the loss with them to make them, like whole as well, and be successful. That's my mentality on this one. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really impressive and kind of I would love for you to talk about maybe the times that weren't as pretty or maybe a mistake that you encountered early on that you were able to correct and learn from.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah. I mean, so as an example, right, one of the biggest challenges we faced was actually earlier this year. A lot of our demand that used to be so roughly in Seattle is it's pretty close to Vancouver. So we get a lot of inbound traffic, as an example, from the Vancouver area, and it's mostly shorter stays, weekend stays, and that ended up tanking. That was 15% of our portfolio. Canada demand overall, not just for Seattle, but even LA and all these West Coast cities, ended up going down by 73% or so. In some cases because of the cross-border rules and all the trade war and all the rhetoric that was happening. And so when that happened, our clients, obviously, when we underwrote these deals, these investments, especially for short-term rentals, some of them weren't performing, and specifically the ones that didn't perform as well was the shorter stays in the smaller homes, because that was more predominantly Canadian travel. And so we had to pivot on those, and we said, hey, you know what? We're going to make some changes in our portfolio. So, example, the two-bedroom homes we have, how can we market them as four bedrooms with two homes together, as an example, so you can avoid some of the effects of the two-bedroom impact that we've seen with the shorter stays and such. And sometimes we actually had to waive management fees because the clients never asked us for that. They understand that investments are subject to market risk, right? But we want them to be happy. We want them to be, satisfied with the investment. And sometimes we're also sharing the pain and the impact of that as well. And if that means we're waiving the management fee for like a month or two, we'll do it because we want you to be successful.
Absolutely. And talk kind of more about that, about like the discipline you need to have and, operating at such a high bar.
Yeah, I think, see, one of the things that's been, the real estate industry, as it gets more and more, I think, commoditized, and becomes more and more popularized, is that we're seeing a reduction in good quality deals, right? Like now, and good quality deals back in the day, I think one of the biggest things that we do is what is our underwriting ratio to the deal conversion ratio? Back in the day, we used to be 40 deal underwriting. We would underwrite 40 homes and we would, making, go under contract to, one home. So that used to be 2.5% success rate. Now, like the bar for deals has gone up even more. Now we're underwriting 140, 160 it sometimes to go under contract in one. And so that's really like if every deal is a good deal, then guess what? None of these are good deals because you're probably missing something that most people are not. And most of the times, first time operators that we have seen miss a lot of the major costs involved. For example, the maintenance costs, utilities for Airbnbs as an example, right? Or cleaning fees, etc., or B&O taxes, which is business and occupancy taxes, or something of that sort. And the bar that we are trying to hold to ourselves is, hey, we need to underwrite more deals and we understand what the different components are to be able to like really push for a higher bar in the acquisition. Similarly for construction project, a lot of our, we see, a lot of these, business models with people are buying a lot of, real estate and to build houses on. The thing is, a lot of times the underwriting forgets about the fact that there's hidden costs involved in construction apart from the ground and building costs. For example, you could be responsible for stone extensions or utility extensions, and those can easily add up to 100,000, 200,000 costs that you miss in your underwriting sheet. And so, how can we get that bar to that level? And so, every single time we do a deal, we have a due diligence report that we present, and we always run our numbers looking at the due diligence report. And that's, we have accumulated over the experience of the years we've done so for every single deal of ours.
Amazing. Well, I mean, you've given such good practical advice and a lot of inspiration for people. What's next for you? Like, what are your guys' goals over the next few years?
Yeah, so our goal right now is each of our businesses now going our Airbnb business is a more mature state of business, so that's growing steadily, at a certain percentage every year or so. Our right now next couple of years, my goal is to grow our construction business from $50 million in construction projects under development to 100 million or so, while still keeping the same bar. And as I do so, we'll start seeing what other business models we can start looking at to grow or continue growing our portfolio more, and have diversification and fun of doing different businesses.
Incredible. Well, tell everyone where to find you and how to work with you.
Um, Sorry, repeat that question. I think I missed you.
Where to find you and how to work with you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can find us on our website and our Instagram. I think our Instagram is Nicasa.bnb, which is BNB for Airbnb, and bread and breakfast. And you can also find us on our website, Nicasa.co or xbhomes.com. That's some of our companies that we have. Feel free to reach out to us.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for being here, Sid.
Absolutely. Happy to help. It was great to be here. Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for listening. Hope you got some really good inspiration for your own business, looking at it a little bit differently. And please reach out to Sid. He's got a lot of great, advice to share. And it seems like his companies could really help you out.
If you're looking ever for data-driven investing, I'm happy to talk about and quickly run through data for every single aspect of every single business. That's my goal.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, everyone, for listening. And we will see you back next time. Bye.
Next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.